see, human beings are born with some capabilities, common capabilities. These capabilities are common to all. These are attention, that means a newborn baby. This baby doesn't understand anything, but if you show him or her, that baby will show towards that object. Okay. If you play a toys and getting a sound tung 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 tung, the baby will be attracted towards the sound and will try to have attention on that sound through the production of the sounds. And also the toys, you have to understand that the toys are maximum are full of colors. Okay. So colorful thing, sound and noise, that will be attracted by a newborn baby. So this attitude of attention is attributed to all babies of this world. After that, the sensation. Sensation, that means they can sense a thing. They can, if you touch a newborn baby, a human being, actually it will get inspired and it will start laughing or it will start crying if you touch with heart pressure. So attention, sensation, and they can also perceive a thing in their own way. That is, they can perceive the thing. That is, if it's very cold, if you put a baby outside exposed in weather, then it will get cold, and they can perceive the coldness of the weather as well. And also the memory, they can store a thing, that what they understand and what they see before them, and this is the way they can recognize their mom and their father, their brother, their sister in such a way. Why? How does it happen? Because they have a memory. So memory, perception, sensation, these are the abilities attributed to all human beings. And with that condition, there is a process that they have some abilities. Abilities of what? Abilities of doing something, abilities to perceive something, ability to understand something, and abilities to recognize a thing in their own way. And what are the things they perceive? This psychologist, Lev Vygotsky said that these capacities are common to all, and according to these capacities, they again construct the idea with the help of their perspectives, that is the perspectives of attention, perception, sensation and memory, and they try to understand the thing in their own way, and they construct their knowledge. And in previous class we have understood that actually through the gradual process of their age they understand a thing, and that is the Piaget theory of cognitive development. But here this psychologist Vygotsky said that is society and culture, they play vital role in forming the knowledge of a boy or girl. Okay, so society play a vital role, and also the culture plays vital role. And previously we have talked, that is the way you will be behaving in the life ahead, that will be formed because you are in an academic culture. You have attended the classes and you have talked with your fellow mates, you have talked with your friends. In such a way you are acquainted with a culture, exposed to yourself. Okay, so social norms and the cultural norms, you construct new things, and that is one kind of constructivism that we have talked in previous classes. And that constructivism, according to Lev Vygotsky, that is called social constructivism. It may also be called cultural constructivism, but actually from society we get this, and for this reason it is called social constructivism. So in the society we see culture, and so in social constructivism, society, culture, and also the language. We learn language observing the other people. We learn language observing, hearing from other people, because we are attributed with the previous abilities, that is perception, understanding, memory, and sensation. Understanding the culture, understanding the social norms, a child, everyone, not a child, everyone construct their new behavior, new language, new habit. That is called constructivism. And according to Lev Vygotsky, it is called social constructivism. Okay, so we learn language. Here, in previous class, we have talked about schema, isn't it? Schema. That means a model of knowledge you have. Okay, and with the model, you are attracted to other thing, new and novel thing, and you are intended to learn a new things. Lev Vygotsky said that in case of social constructivism, two things play a vital role. One is zone of proximal development, and another is scaffolding. Though Vygotsky didn't tell the term scaffolding, but it is called so in social constructivism that it is scaffolding. So JPD is the zone of proximal development. We know the structure of a sentence, isn't it? We know the structure of a sentence. That may be subject, verb, object. Structure 5. I may say you, what is the structure of a paragraph? What is the structure of an essay? Yeah. So, structure of a sentence might be known to all of you. Okay. And structure of a paragraph and structure of an essay might not be a little bit unfamiliar to you. Okay. So the zone of proximal development is the middle position between your idea, that is the structure of a sentence, and what we know, that is the structure of a paragraph. Okay, the middle position. So you are in a position that you will know how to cook biryani, is it? But you can't cook tehari. So what is the gap between? So your knowledge is quite similar to cook biryani, but your knowledge cannot be quite similar to cook tehari. You can ask to your mom, "Mom, would you please teach me how to cook tehari?" Then the mom came forward. "Oh, okay, you can't do so. Okay, come over here. I will show you. Just put the meat first, then put it in the oven and keep it in 20 to 30 minutes, and then after that you will cook khichdi in some different way, and put the khichdi and beef together. Then that would be the your mom helped you to cook tehari. Your mom played the vital role here. That is called scaffolding. Are you teaching the tehari? Okay, they only said SLA''Ms, what does it mean? After the Shanti Bosho. The Abdus ki chahe? Sorry. So your mom help you to cook tihari. Your mom play the role of scaffolding. Okay? Scaffolding. And JPD, that means the gap between your knowledge and the knowledge you don't know. That is the zone of proximal development. That is the elaboration of the term JPD. Now come to the previous example. That means you know the structure of a sentence, but you don't know the structure of a paragraph or of an essay. So if you can say your friend, I study in a master's program. I know what's the structure of a paragraph. I don't know what's the structure of an essay. Then your friend will be helping you. Okay, this is the structure. So you can get help from your friend to increase your knowledge. Increase your knowledge of what? In previous example for making biryani, and in this example you know what's the structure of a sentence. You don't know what is the structure of a paragraph or an essay. If your friends helps you to understand the thing what you are in a position to get, then your friend becomes the position of scaffolding. And vice versa. If you get help from your teachers, from your instructors, teachers will also be the scaffolding. So we started in a term that is every human being will have an ability, and with that ability they will try to reach upper portion of their knowledge. And who will be helping the upper portion? He or she or that instrument will be calling scaffolding. And your knowledge of your previous knowledge and the knowledge you don't know, the gap is called zone of proximal development. Okay, so here the socio-cultural theory is a theory of human development based on the work of Russian psychologist. So what I have said, this is not my speech, this is the speech delivered by Lev Vygotsky. He was born in Russia, but next time that country included in Belarusia, and next time he again died in Moscow, and he is a Russian psychologist. So Lev Vygotsky, Soviet মনোবিজ্ঞানী নিয়ে কাজ করেছেন. Okay, so Lev Vygotsky's idea is called, that is JPD and scaffolding. Most probably we have understood that, and after getting the theory, Vygotsky theorized that human learning, including second language acquisition, depends on other humans. That is the quite contradictory information we have got, because in our previous class we have learned that we learn through the ages. There will be several division, and in the several part of our life we will be learning several things. But Lev Vygotsky said, no, actually we learn things depending on the humans we are contacting to. If you couldn't come across to your mom, you couldn't learn. Okay, you can't have help from your mom. You can learn how to cook tehari with the help of YouTube videos. Here YouTube videos will be your student. So in this regard, that means with the help of other humans, the child psychology or any learning cannot be happened. But in the last portion we will be discussing, that is, there is a portion that is called learner autonomy. Learner can learn something in their own way. But what is the way? That means you have to take help from others. And getting help from others, you can learn all things, including the language. Our concern is that social constructivism in terms of second language acquisition. So Lev Vygotsky said that every kind of learning, including the language learning, is included for the phenomena then when a learner will be exposed to other human. Another human will be living in a society and they will be helping him or her in the way, and they will be learning new things. So depends on other humans. Let's make an analogy. Okay, so if a child remains alone in his home, okay, what he will be learning? Actually, he will be learning the environment that is within the house. But if he or she is exposed to other culture, other situation, then he can learn many things. Okay, and human thinking is meditated by culturally organized and transmitted symbolic meaning. Okay, so the child or any learner or adult, everyone, after watching a thing, they meditate, they think it in their own way, and they will try to get a new knowledge, what is supposed to be done. People use psychological and symbolic tools, which we learn from other people. Okay, so symbolic tools and physical tools. Physical tools, that means your brain, after getting something. Oh, I have said, I have watched a speech. Someone said that this is the speech that is not coming out from my lips. That is the speech that is coming out from my heart. So that expression attacked me. Okay, and I said it in many occasions next time. So after observing that person, I got that idea. So how did I practice? I practiced it with the help of my brain. That means I repeated that speech several times. So with the physical tool, that means my brain, I tried to catch that habit or catch that skill. And also the tool, symbolic tools, that means by using laptop or other things you can use to grab that habit. Observing a person, observing a social norms, you can do so. Okay, language is one of the tools we use to meditate and with ourselves and the world. Okay, so in such a way the language learning happened, and we have talked about the zone of proximal development. Imitation is the source of instruction influence development. So if you get a new thing, you don't know a new thing. After getting help, suppose you didn't know how to cook tihari. After getting help from your mom, you practice, you imitate. First time that was not good, second time that was not good, third time it becomes the best. Okay, so it is imitation. Through the imitation, doing a things again and again, that will help you to get the zone of proximal development, overcome the proximal development, and you can do the best things, even best thing better than your instructor. Observing my class, you can be the best teachers, better teacher than me. What you do? If you imitate that behavior. If you don't imitate that behavior, that will not happen. But it is important that you have to observe the class or observe someone else. Then observing that, if you try to imitate, then your behavior will be increased. Okay. So that means you get by with a little help from people, and you can learn from and imitate. Approximately, you may ask your friend, yes, what is the structure of a paragraph? The paragraph, your friend simply say, oh, it's topic, sentence, body, and concluding sentence. Simply they said so. Then, what is the topic sentence? after getting the help from your friend said that the structure of a paragraph is simply topic sentence, body, and concluding sentence. How you will begin talking? What is the topic sentence? What is the topic sentence stays in a paragraph? What will be the concluding sentence? What are supposed to reach in the concluding sentence? After getting that minimum idea, if you practice with the help of your own, then you can overcome your zone of proximal development. After getting the help, if you stays in the same stage, oh, okay, I am taught that this is the structure like that. Okay, if you do not imitate, you can't overcome the zone of proximal development according to Lev Vygotsky. That means you internalize the ability or knowledge and then can perform independently of other meditation. Okay, even after getting a new type of a little help from someone else, your friend, your colleagues, your neighbors, your parents, or your teachers or instructor, you can do better. And for this reason, in previous stages of our class, that many of you may be awarded to the Nobel Prize. Because it's possible. If it is not possible, then Ernest Hemingway tried to catch the big fish. And finally, he caught it. If you try, then you can achieve. If you can't try, then your zone of proximal development will not go to upper position. Okay? So that is about, and that's how we learn a new language. Okay, so observing the social norms, that means I have given an example that observing a person, I have learned how to speak the sentences. Okay, so in the same way, every second language learner will have an ability. That ability, and they don't know many things. So after getting help, they will try to overcome the zone of proximal development and they will try to learn language. And what is the influential factors over here? Influential factor according to Lev Vygotsky, that is the society. And the society, who are the members of the society? In the society, you can get help from your friends, from your neighbors, from your parents, even from your instructor. So observing this method, we can learn second language with the way of Lev Vygotsky's theory. Okay, so application of social theories, two things are combined over here. Okay, language doesn't happen in mind; it happens in the real world and includes symbolic gesture and the tool like computers. Okay, so observing things in the society, if you don't practice, then you will not know. So there should be a good combination with your body and mind. That means the physical tools, and you have to use the mental tools. If the mental tools and the physical tools combine together, then the language learning will be effective and you can learn. And this theory, that is the combination of body and mind, it can be called praxis. Theory and practice. You have got the theory, that is, you can develop your zone of proximal development. And after getting the theory, you do not practice, then language learning will occur. So after getting the theory, you have to internalize the theory and you have to practice. And if it is so, then you can learn new things. Okay, practice must happen together in an actual classroom. Okay, where you will practice, that means you can practice yourself, but if you practice with your friends within the classroom with the set environment, that practice will be much more beneficial to you. And the theory and practice, and the process, the guide, the practice is the theory, and teacher must assess while teaching, because the students are constantly learning and changing their GPD. Okay, every time you have a knowledge, but every time you will try to get new knowledge. That means every time you are learning new things. Okay, so it is the duty of the teachers, and also it is the duty of yourself as well to understand your level of understanding. Okay, how much you know, and understanding or assessing the level of your understanding, you can practice more and you can get new idea. Because because it is common to all human beings, as we have said that it is common to all human beings that we have the power of attention, sensation, perception and ability or memory. It is common to you. So it is also common to all of you that every time, every moment of your working life, you change. You change in which way? That means you learn new things. The way that girl learned a new things. That means my teacher asked me to go out and take permission to come in the class. That means at that time is her zone of proximal development was that, oh, it's the classroom, I can come. I will, if I take permission, then it will disturb the class. And for this reason, she didn't take the permission. Okay. But at the same time, it is a formal class. You have to take the permission. So that zone of proximal development developed at this exposure to this actual class. Okay. So every time human being changes their zone of proximal development, that means they are understanding and they are learning. Okay. And the students are constantly learning, but the assessment is not done, then it will be the waste of opportunity of instruction. So language learning can be done, and that can be assessed continuously whether they have developed or not. In the 4th year 2nd semester, okay, I showed you the mistakes of your first semesters and 2nd semester answer script. Okay, so I assessed, and after that, next time if you try to overcome that mistake, then your zone of proximal development will be held. And it is also relied that after assessing this criteria, in your final examination you will be doing better. So you have done better, that you have assessed yourself, your teachers have assessed yourself with your writing script. And after getting that assessment that this is my level, I might make mistakes writing sentences. And that mistakes can be overcome by the gradual process of your try. If you do not try, you will remaining in the same position. Okay. And causing a great deal of mind and efforts on the part of the meditator teachers to support the individual learners. So that is the theories of second language. And like every theory, it has some benefits. Identifying the social interaction and the cultural play in the development of higher order thinking skill, and it is especially valuable for the insights it provides about the dynamics independent between individual and social processes in the construction of knowledge. So social processes, after getting the social process, you will internalize it and you will learn new knowledge. As we have said that if you get, that means if you do not get the idea, that is every time we learn, you wouldn't try. Whenever you have got the idea, yes, I can learn every time, then you will try to learn a new thing every day. And that is the way, that is the benefit of social theory of Lev Vygotsky. Okay. So every time. And Vygotsky's theory can be very beneficial in helping teachers to plan out their instruction, and they can also, it's also helpful for the teachers, and it helps them to think through the knowledge and skills that their students are expected to master. Okay, so these are the benefits of Vygotsky's theory. And also know each student's JPD. In order to use JPD and scaffolding techniques successfully, it's critical to know your students' current level of knowledge. Encourage group work. Okay, that means don't offer too much help. How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? Okay, the teacher and instructor, even your friends, will not be helping. After getting a clue that this is the clue, you can help. After getting the clue, you have to work in a group and have students think aloud. What is the thing? What is going on? Every time your brain is working, okay, before we going to sleep, and even we sleep, subconsciously we see many things in our dreams. That is the interpretation of dreams. So every time your brain is working, I am here, and consciously I am delivering lecture, but subconsciously I have many things. Your brains and my brains is doing many things in different way. And what you are thinking? You are thinking that after the class I will go to the cafeteria to have lunch, I will do that is the things. And in case of a group work, when you will be attached to a group work, then next time try to speak the activities of your brain. What is your brain is doing? That is called think aloud. Okay. I think I had been wondering. That means I had been thinking. I had been wondering this. But if it is so, then what is the importance of the age? What is the importance of other things? What is the importance of other things? That means what are in your brain, you have to tell it in the group, and you have to have a discussion so that you can get your GPD changed. Okay. So that is and there are some limitations of this theory as well. That is only highlighting the society and culture. Okay. Vygotsky didn't put much emphasis on cognitive process. Also, he said a thing that after getting a new knowledge, try to expose your body and mind and try to learn new things. Okay. So that he said, but he didn't elaborately discuss the cognitive process of social theory, and it doesn't account for the slower rate of cognitive growth in some children. Okay, so another point is that is, if a child is exposed to society and culture, he will be learning all things. That is the matters in Vygotsky's social constructivism. But still, some children learn less. Some children do the activities that are not supposed to done in a society. Okay. অনেকে বললো হেল্প ইউর মম, কেন আমি হেল্প করবো, আমি কাজ করছি এটি যে সেই, কারণ এই সোসাইটিতে এইসব জিনিস হয় না। তাহলে কিভাবে? দ্যাট মিনস some situation can be create a new things, and how the mind is processed after getting the JPT, that hasn't been discussed elaborately in Vygotsky's theory. That is one of the criticism of Lev Vygotsky's theory of social constructivism. So here